The cost management plan is created in the plan cost management process, and it is part of the project management plan. This plan details how the costs will be estimated, planned, approved, and controlled throughout the project. For small projects, this plan can be a brief section in the overall project management plan document. But for larger projects and in more mature project environments, the plan may contain a lot of information. So next, I will talk about some of the common stuff that is in the cost management plan. First one is units of measure. How various resources will be measured. For example, cement could be measured in bags, sand in cubic meters, computers in number count, eggs in dozens. Same way, human effort may be measured in hours, days, or some other unit. How about measuring the cost? Which currency will be used? For a local project with the local players, the local currency will be used. But for a global project, one currency will be the base currency and other currencies will be adjusted to that. This brings us to another factor, which is currency exchange rates. The ever-changing currency exchange rate can jump both ways for the project, favorable or unfavorable. So, how will the project manage the fluctuations? Will it be based on the daily exchange rate or monthly rate or the annual rate for all the exchanges that will happen during the year? Then precision and accuracy are two other factors that need to be defined. Precision means how precise the estimate has to be. For example, if the cost is $5,620.89, how much rounding off is allowed? 5620.89 means no rounding, 5620.9 rounding to one decimal, 5621 or 5620 or 5600 or 5700 rounding up and down. Then accuracy is how accurate the estimate is. So I say 5620, 5620 is the estimate. How much variation might be there in the actual spend? Plus minus 10% or plus minus 20% or other. Identifying these ranges in estimates help in establishing contingencies. The fifth factor is linked to organizational procedures. Control accounts from the work breakdown structure provides reporting or project information sharing points. Links to organizational procedures is about how this information is to be shared. Similarly, any reporting requirements from the larger organization outside of the project will be identified here. Then sixth factor is control thresholds. How much variation in actual cost compared to the baseline is acceptable? Any variation outside that acceptable range means cost baseline needs to be adjusted, so a change request will have to be put in. The thresholds are typically established based on percentage deviation. How the cost performance is going to be measured? The PMBOK guide recommends that the earned value management be used for performance measurement. There are different techniques within the earned value management approach, and those can be used. It can be based on percent complete, a fixed formula, or weighted milestones. The cost management plan also lays down the method of cost tracking and forecasting so that the estimate at completion can be determined whenever a status check is done. Then the seventh factor is reporting. How often the cost reports have to be prepared, which reports, and what will be the format of those reports. Some examples can be a spreadsheet update, a presentation, a database update, a Word document, and other ways. It is also a good idea to define how the costs need to be recorded. Are there forms to be filled? Should cost be recorded after the expense or before the expense? And similar other information. Sources of funding can also be mentioned. But if there are multiple sources of funding, then it should be identified when funds will be sought from those various sources during the project execution. This can also be called as how the cash flow will be maintained. So, these are the details found in the cost management plan.